Hello and welcome on back to the Chao Garden. I don't really know if that's a good intro or a good saying. I just randomly said it in the first episode, and here we are. I just keep saying it. Welcome on back. Just ended the last episode. Gonna get right on into it in this next one. We're going to heaven, where we're gonna try to. We got cut off the last time, and I believe we're going to Yamato province to try again. It's just like a regular samurai beat.
お主も少しは剣術をかじっておるのか。それがし、いつの日か剣豪を足らんと、こうして修行に明け暮れる毎日。何、礼はいらん。行って市内に立つ。腕の立つ侍が相手では、刀もすべて受け流される。相手が切り込んでくるのに合わせ、この線を取らば、一撃で太刀を打ち折り、勝機も見えるやもしれん。
Why did he laugh? Curious what that was about. Let your opponent strike first. I don't know if I necessarily want to. I could just do that. Oh, nice. Okay, so Shaded Wasp, that makes sense. It's like Earth Hornet, but I created a duplicate clone thing. Oh my god, Sun Orb looks sick as hell. Wow, these abilities are getting really cool. Alright, I'm level 32. What's this one gonna be about? Oh, okay, I could probably do this. The last one I did, didn't I spend like the whole episode trying to do it? And it was like hundreds of ninja or something. This one's called 7 Samurai. Okay, that's rough already. Oh wow, I'm way up in the air. That's not gonna hit anything. I'm trying to do the... this attack. It's just kind of hard to do. And I'm dead. I tried to heal, but I forgot I had 0 of that item. If that's all I have to do is fight those 7 samurai, it shouldn't be that difficult. But I keep rolling on accident instead of doing the front flip sword breaking attack. Okay, going better. These guys are surprisingly tanky. Oh, there's a bunch of health bars down there. Okay. Never mind. This isn't exactly what I was expecting. I'm just now noticing. Okay, so when I, like, deplete one's health bar, the orange bar goes down by 1? Is that how I'm understanding this? They also don't have their blades broken after just one of those flips, which is also different. Can I don't need this XP. Ah, it's when they... Ow! They wrecked me. It's when they use their projectiles, those abilities of theirs, that I get dominated, because I can't really block anything. I know blocking is a mechanic in the game, but most of the time when you block something, you just have your blade broken. Just like so locked in right now. I got nothing. I don't know what I can say. I just get killed, man. I don't know what to do other than play better, you know? What's the secret? I mean, there's so many of them. Their attacks sometimes end up overlapping. I land on the ground and I'm just open. It's scary. God, leave me alone. Dude. I can't, like, counter any of them. I'm stubborn and I want to beat this, but it's quite difficult. I go in to hit one of them, and then the other 5 of them just nail me for it. Okay, I didn't even have a chance to touch the ground and change swords. I guess I'm just gonna move on from this because I'm not really making any progress. I think that the level requirements or recommendations on those seem a little suspicious to me. I'm sure having a better sword, maybe certain abilities would help with that. Universe wasn't seeming to help me so much there, but Shaded Wasp was helpful in a couple instances. I don't know. Yeah, I only ever want to go to these hot springs so I can see if Kisuke is there and have those conversations. Oh, so this works too.
その体も弱ってきておるようじゃな。いいえ、ジンクロ。そうではありますまい。わらわには分かっておる。これはきっと話に聞く二日酔い。お前がこの体で隠れたお酒を飲んでいることをわらわが知らぬと。
Inkuro gave her a headache by drinking alcohol, or in some sense I did. The thing is, I have liquor equipped, but it kept giving it back to me because dying in those enemy lairs, is that what they were called? Dying in those sends you back to the state you were in previous, so the liquor I was consuming wasn't technically consumed. So I think it'd be cool if the game was acknowledging that I had used it, but I don't know if it is. Wow, I have to go through 2 other provinces first. Looking for these hidden items. Most of the time, it's nothing all that useful. Not carry any more fire chunks. Sometimes, though, it is a one-of-a-kind equipment item. You never know. Do you hear that? That music. It's not happening in this area, but it sounds like the castle stages in Super Mario Bros. Wonka? Maybe this one will be easier. Level 16. Surely I can do this one. God of Pestilence. Oh yeah, there's not going to be items here. Oh, a boss. Hello. Can only use that one on the ground. What are you doing? Okay. Ow. Oh, that's my number. God, Universe is so cool. And what a good name for an attack, right? Universe. Oh, it's like thinning out and there's more skulls as I lower its health. That's cool. Alright, an achievement for that enemy layer. So I'm definitely going to have to go back to them. I think that they all drop probably equipment if the two I've beaten are any indication. Cypress Rosary. Absorb 1% of enemy's life. Oh, absorb life is 1%, not just like... when I had it equipped, I was getting 1 per hit, I think. That's actually cool, so it scales. I talk about it, I think, probably too often when I talk about like video games and like itemization and scaling. But you know, I'm a big Tales fan. I didn't really grow up with Final Fantasy, and those two series are kind of similar to one another. But something I've never really liked about Final Fantasy is that there's all these different kinds of potions. It's especially bad in like Final Fantasy 14, which is an MMO, so they have to constantly increase the scaling. And in an MMO, design-wise, it makes sense. I mean, you need new ways for players to sink their money and like add new items, whatever. I'm not going to get into that whole element of it, but the fact that Final Fantasy has something like Potion, and then there's High Potion, Mega Potion, X Potion. They have all these different versions that have to scale, or they heal like a flat amount of health. And then as your character gets stronger and stronger, your health starts increasing faster and faster. I mean, you outpace the healing amount of the old potions very quickly, and they become like almost useless. At least that's my perspective on it, I guess. The first Tales game I played, Tales of Vesperia, I don't remember how far back their healing items go. So just to keep it consistent, I'll specifically say the ones that are in Vesperia, they have Apple Gel. Apple Gels are the most basic healing item. It's a 30% HP heal. And then there's a 60% item, and then there's a 100% item, and then there's ones that heal, you know, more than just your HP at once. And the way that they handle healing has to be balanced around the way that those items work, but the fact that it's a percentage of your health means that it scales the whole game. So if you go back to an early area and you're like, oh, an apple gel, you're going to be, you know, in some ways just as excited to have picked that up at the end of the game as you are at the beginning. You probably want more healing and can afford more healing in one go, in one item, but, you know, 30% is 30%. Versus, like, if you play Final Fantasy and you end up finding a potion, just a regular potion, in the late game, you're like, who cares? Like, literal trash. And yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily, like, explicitly a better way to do it, the way that the Tales games do it, but I prefer it. You know, it's... A lot of games use the Final Fantasy method, though, I think. Like, in this game, what do we got? You know, persimmon, liquor, these different, like, pellets. They heal a specific amount of life flame. So if I pick up certain degrees of the... I mean, even this sage pellet's only 300. I have 2,200 health. That doesn't heal me that much. Rice ball, 300, also makes me full when I eat it, and I have to wait for that meter to go down. There's a lot to say. I mean, I think that this game wants to have a lot of different flavor in the sense that they want different items with different pictures and descriptions and stuff, so they need to have all these different items that fulfill, like, varying amounts of health. For that purpose, maybe. But I don't know. If a rice ball restored like 10% of my max health, I'd be a little more excited to be making them. I don't know. Just food for thought again, I guess. It's interesting the different systems that games have. The only bad system is the one where you can just pause the game, eat as much as you want to get to full health, and then keep fighting. You know, Breath of the Wild is the big one that comes to mind. It's messed up. It's another one that I think we've talked about in this game already. Just how dangerous this world is. I mean, in real life as well, we're so frail. Humans. You never know what little thing is gonna cause some significant damage to you, your health. Hurt you, outright kill you. I mean, it's crazy. You gotta be careful. But at least we don't have literal monsters, like, walking around. At least not that I've seen. I've been to this region before. I wonder what I should do once I'm done with the story. After doing Momohime's campaign, obviously I'm going to do Kisuke's, but once I do both of them, like, should I stream? Should I record every achievement? Or my attempts at every achievement? I can't go this way to do this. You know, when I go back, I have to do the first boss again of Momohime's campaign. Because I didn't get the hit count achievement for them. Like, you guys want to see that? Is it worth going back and recording stuff like that? Going through the game, every map, and just, like, picking up all the stuff? Or do you just want to see me go through it and then I do the cleanup on my own time later? I always wonder that when I stream, and I mean that, you know, correctly this time, when I'm actually streaming games on Twitch. I'm always having to double check and ask the chat, like, do you actually want to see some of this stuff? $98 Mon only heals 500. I guess the tablets and the pellets and whatever they don't make you full. One of the nice things about them. That's why they're so expensive too. I wish that did a little more damage, but I guess it's fair. Oh, ow. I think I want to go back to the tea house and get some food after that. I think this is the same one that I was saying, oh, look at that, there's a hot spring right there. Only a couple rooms away. So clearly it's not completely invalidated this tea house, because I'm not going to run through a couple rooms for it. But God, the animation. Hey, I'm still getting a spirit for this. Concealing Mist XP boost. Maidori. No, I'm so sad to be saying goodbye. The universe. Moon Ring 2. I don't want to have two long blades equipped. I think that regular blades are a little better. At least on hard mode for me. It just seems like you can get away with a lot more. Whoa. Is that like an invulnerability? It takes the whole gauge. That's sick if so. I should go to that area and just get that item. Berry leaf. Damn. Yeah, it was more likely to be something like that than the equipment, but had to try. Multiple times there I was trying to do the up slash and it kept jumping somehow. This game is cool. This game is chill. Maybe it wasn't the right pick for this format. But I really wanted to play it. The only annoying thing is it's taken me so long to be able to actually like get through it. I started this game and the first episode I recorded like a month and a half ago at this point. Normally, I would play through a game much more quickly than that. I mean, that means as far as I've gotten in this game so far, I think less than 10 hours of total game time. Probably significantly less than that, but I don't want to tab over and look right now at my total playtime. I think when I started the game up a couple episodes ago, it was less than 6 hours, so... Like, that's crazy. Over the course of a month and a half, I've been way too busy. 2026 has just been crazy. Busiest I've ever been by a long shot. Everyone's been playing that Tomodachi Life, the new one on Twitch. Living the Dream, I think it's called. I should be careful about saying like new, because in the event, you know, you watch this in 10 years after I record it, you're not going to know which one. 49. I'm definitely not going to beat it, but I can check it out. Yeah, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Looks cool, looks fun. I played the Tomodachi Life on 3DS after my friends showed me themselves playing it, and it was so funny. It just looks... Oh! It looked so funny, but I realized, like, when I was playing it, I just didn't think it was as funny, because I guess I'm not as funny as my friends are, or like the situations they put themselves in were more entertaining than the situations I put myself in. Because I'm just playing it like a video game, I guess. I like watching other people in the scenarios that they craft, where they take things. You can't eat in midair. Who would have thought? Oh my god, it didn't even take their health bar down like a whole notch. You see that? It went down like a third of a notch. That's crazy. God. All my swords are broke. Oh, this one isn't actually broken. I just can't use the skill. I didn't realize that. This is like surprisingly doable. I'm not going to do it. Damn. I actually got it like halfway, but part of me really wants to be able to beat it. I just don't know their attacks. I don't know how to deal with these enemies. God, I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I was confused earlier when I thought I used my sword and it did the full screen slash, but I didn't think that it could because it was broken, but it wasn't actually broken. It's just that conceal ability uses the entire gauge. Okay, one of them like powered up. Oh. What are they doing? Okay, am I like screwed now? Because they're at half health. Now they're doing this crap. No! Oh, I jumped into it so close. If only I had even more healing to spam. You can't like make pellets though, that kind of sucks. Okay, so I don't have my cooking effect anymore either. Prevents soul power reduction. It's actually gonna work. Is this gonna translate into this? That's pretty OP. Oh my god, this ability lasts forever. What the hell? Okay, now it's gone. That lasted quite a while, though. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, that rice ball. No healing and it took up so much of my fullness gauge. Oh, that one's dead. Oh, what the hell? Oh, level up. Oh, that's perfect timing. Takes me so long to menu in this game. Level up again? Oh my god. Oh wow. That was crazy. I got over half of a level for that one at the end. Insane, insane, insane. It took a ton of healing. Ninja socks. I wonder if that's going to reduce encounter rates or something. All it took was that really, really overpowered cooking. What was that? The pheasant stew? Prevents soul power reduction. Soul power is what you use to spend on your swords to use these abilities, so just being able to use Concealing Mist over and over and over and make myself invulnerable. Absolutely cracked. So each of those orange pips in that health bar at the bottom left was the individual enemy's health bar, like total. So technically, like, each of those ninjas had like 3 health bars, because I was starting to get rid of some, and then they were giving me enough XP to level up. So many things going on right there that just worked out for me. Insane, insane, insane. Slightly reduces enemy encounters. Okay, that's exactly what it sounded like to me. That was so cool. I'm really happy that I was able to get that one beaten. Even though the item isn't going to be like super duper useful for me right now, it's almost better that way, because if it had been some kind of massive attack boost or something, I would have felt kind of bad. Like, oh, this makes a lot of the game easier. But you kind of cheesed it. I don't know. It feels like lacking in honor, you know? Like that it says it's 2024, because I don't know, I never set the system clock of the Wii emulator. Definitely not 2024. At the time of recording. Aren't there some games that, like on the DS, I think in particular, they never allowed you to go back beyond like 2040 for the year, or like something in the game messes up after going just a couple decades ahead? I really wish I could remember where I had heard that, or like what game it affects, but essentially there's a couple games that in our lifetime, I believe I've heard, the system clock doesn't go far enough forward to support. Maybe it's like Animal Crossing, a game where it would actually matter. I feel like it's the original Animal Crossing, now that I'm thinking harder about it. They just didn't anticipate people were going to give enough of a shit about their game to be playing current day in like 20 years or something. Which is kind of funny. Like, obviously they're not going to really care about what people are thinking about their game in 20 years. Or imagine 100 years from now, 200 years from now, people are picking these games up because they're historical pieces of media. The same way that we look at old books, or maybe black and white movies, silent movies. And they're just not playable in the same way that they were. Oh, man, I really like this song. It's nice to be able to actually fight enemies and not be concerned about over-leveling now. Completely off base when I... Oh, I believe when I was looking at the achievements, Momohime's is also the only one that cares about difficulty. You have to earn these achievements for getting X amount of hits on Shura. I think I'm on Shura difficulty. But for Kisuke's, I can be on the normal mode. It doesn't actually care about that, which will actually make it easier. Since there are some for beating it at lower levels. Definitely have to double check that again, because when I had originally looked into this stuff, it was after the previous session of me playing, which, as I mentioned a couple episodes ago, was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Kinda forgot. I used to watch so many video game, like, essay videos. I love watching retrospectives and stuff, but I feel like either people just aren't making them as much anymore, or like there's a new generation of them that are making videos about games I don't care about, or like I've already seen 1,000 video essays on. I'm just like not watching them anymore, and I don't know why. Oh, collect blades to increase attack power. That sounds awesome. But of course it doesn't show on my stats. 71 strength. Again, I swear I just looked at it and it was like 50 some. Feels like it's going up so much, so fast. Earthworm. What a funny name. Misty Slash. Earth Hornet 2. Lightning. There are so many blades. I'm getting to the point where I can't even like reasonably have any time to use them all. Raiden 2, Windmill 2, Moonring 2. Attack, Soul Power. What is Soul Power again? None of these have Soul Power on it. Maybe this place had new food. I've had to go really far for this part of the story. Mizumanju, Daifuku Mochi, and Warabi Mochi. So I don't remember the Warabi Mochi, but I feel like I remember reading the other two. Clear rice cake sprinkled with soybean flour. Not sure that looked as appetizing as some of the other things I've seen. Item in this room. Peach. Nice, nice. Curious why they called these, why they named these items the way they did. We have Kitchen Secrets volumes 1 through 5. And then Culinary Tips, Hot Pot Cooking, The Grand Hot Pot. Like, why aren't they just called, like this one, Shabu Shabu Recipe, Hoto Recipe? Like, because when I picked that up, I didn't know, I already forgot which one I picked up. I think it was this one. Like, I have to go into the inventory to actually read what it gave me. I'm just out of a curiosity. Again, I'm always asking these kinds of questions to myself. Briefly prevents injuries. Enables divine recovery once. Is that like resurrects you if you die? Boost secret artifacts. So sweet. This one is just so crazy and it's not that expensive. Yeah, I wonder to myself, all these things. Why did the game choose the healing system it did? Why did it choose the item descriptions that it did? And there's also the idea that it was translated, you know, so who knows? Someone knows, but it's not me. What these items were originally named, if it conferred more of an idea, where they don't think it's that important for you to know exactly what you unlocked. Let's go look at what it is in the menu later. I didn't realize they would take out their swords and slice me. I don't like this Moonring ability, it's kind of lame. Sword looks cool though. Those are like one soul a piece, right? More like Mario coins that have almost no effect at this point of the game. I can get thousands, or I may need thousands of souls to create individual swords. So what do I care about picking up like one at a time? Okay, wherever the item is, I missed it. Here we go. Finally in Yamato. Fucking Tengu, ugh. There I go swearing again. Sorry, I'm trying not to swear so much for these videos, or using light cursing rather than the big bombs. Have to fight these. Oh, that's nice. $356. Oh, XP. I thought that was souls. Ah, cool. I love that the glare from the sun disappears when it's behind the foreground elements. That's a really good touch. Man. In-game design, like, the graphical artists behind it, like, man, they went so hard. And then you have parts like this where, like, I'm clearly walking over the wall. It's amazing. Attention to detail, and then, you know, parts that no one's really gonna give a shit about unless they're nitpicking and biased like me. Windmill's the front flipping one, right? Yeah. The Windmill 2 just goes on longer than Windmill 1. Oh! Ow! Am I gonna die? Not quite. I am on fire. Oh, that used 2 radishes. I don't know if I should have done that. Gotta be careful about using some of my items. Ow. I wonder if these are forced encounters or not, if I have that enemy trap ability. It's a weird name for something that reduces enemy encounters, but like, I'm getting an encounter in all these rooms. I think these moths that spread this poison powder, they seem to be guaranteed. I don't know if this meal is providing any effect. What? Yeah, these have to be forced encounters. There's no way. Ooh, nice level up. Perfect timing. the long blade. I'm used to the spamming the basic attack in midair, bringing me down to the ground, but not how it works with the long blade. Poison. Grab it through the floor. Starting to think I really need to have these herbal remedies equipped. The button. Oh. There we go. Please. Yikes. Ooh, I heard that bass coming in. Oh, I just finally got to set up my clone hero. I think I mentioned that in a previous episode. It was my birthday. I got this kit that lets you, from Retro Cult Mods, lets you convert an old guitar into one that's compatible with like modern guitar games. It can hook up to your computer and function as a controller. Oh my gosh, not only me, but also my girlfriend who originally gifted the kit to me has been getting really into playing Clone Hero. And that's been super fun. Like, I'm not nearly as good as I was expecting I was going to be, although I really don't know where that confidence came from, considering I've only really, like, even touched maybe 2 Guitar Hero / Rock Band games total. But playing and practicing is just such a treat. A lot of fun. Definitely, if you find those. I saw 2 more guitars at the thrift store that I was like, oh, should I buy these? I already have like 4 or 5 guitars that are unusable and need a kit to convert them, but like I still want to buy more. It's just such a fun thing to do. It was rewarding to take it apart, put it back together, and start practicing. Although, I don't know if there are other clients for playing guitar games. Clone Hero's the one that I knew existed. I know Fortnite these days has a certain mode that lets you play guitar controllers. That's okay, I knew I took a lot of damage. I'd rather just reset the room. Clone, Fortnite. Festival mode. There's like, you can just play on a controller or your keyboard or whatever and play like a normal mode, but there's also one designed for guitar controllers. I haven't touched that yet because I just don't have Fortnite installed anymore. The game kind of fell apart before I got my guitar. Be curious to try it, but yeah, besides that in Clone Hero, I don't know what else exists, but I have the sneaking suspicion that there's more than just those. I'm curious if there's another fan game. If you know, let me know. This Clone Hero is cool, but there's a couple like very annoying things with it to me personally, which I really didn't expect. Having heard about it for so many years, like I've known about Clone Hero for, I'm not sure exactly how long, but definitely multiple years, right? And so when I open it, and first off, most people make songs only for expert difficulty. Like the vast majority of songs that I was looking forward to playing well, songs that I know of, and it was like, oh, I'd love to play this in Clone Hero, and then I find it, I search for it, I find it, it's only expert. No one's making tracks for beginners. Maybe it's just my music tastes. So that was disappointing. Then I get into Clone Hero itself. I guess that problem wasn't necessarily one with Clone Hero. And it's understandable. You don't want to make multiple difficulties when most people have been playing these games for years and they have a high skill level. Why make 4 copies of the same song when only one of them is going to get the vast majority of playtime? Okay, sure, fine. Clone Hero doesn't have like the ability for, you can make multiple profiles, you know, me and my girlfriend are playing, so there's 2 of us, we can make profiles with some different settings, but overall, like, it doesn't keep track of our scores individually, so it's just, if we want to improve on individual songs, like, we can't track that separately, it just shows whoever has got the highest score. And it doesn't even say what difficulty it was on. It's kind of disappointing. So, you know, my girlfriend's playing on one difficulty, I'm playing on another. We want to keep playing these songs and getting better, but I don't want to play her songs at a higher difficulty and, like, get a better score, because then she can't gauge her own progress. It's just like a weird... Like, why wouldn't you have that basic thing? And then you can't sort songs or filter them by, like, the available difficulty. So some songs I've downloaded, I'm like, oh, you only have this in Expert? Well, I guess it's the only copy of the song available, so I'll download it. But again, multi-user issue especially. If my girlfriend can only play on easy, medium, hard, and she wants to search for the songs in our big list that are available for that, there's no way to filter that. You can filter by instrument and a bunch of different things, but not difficulty. Really, really strange. That one is a Clone Hero issue that also seems to stem from the fact that people only play that one difficulty. People are masters of the game. No one's thinking of the little guy. Oh, that was cool, that, like, lantern fell. They're, like, falling from the background and the foreground. Anyway, yeah, those are... If you don't know what Clone Hero is, a lot of that was just some total nonsense. But yeah, it's just weird, small issues that I think would be easily solvable by whoever is developing the game, and I'm surprised that these issues exist for a game that's been out for years. But maybe that's precisely the point. It has been out for years, so no one's considering these things anymore. I would be curious if there's another game, then, to the point, that's like Clone Hero, is a user-developed game for rhythm controllers, but isn't Clone Hero and maybe doesn't have these issues. If you know, you gotta let me know. But hey, here we are, wherever this is. We're on our way to heaven. That looks like Mount Fuji in the background. This is a very cool backdrop. What a long run. This episode's about an hour long. I stopped a couple times to do some enemy layers, but they didn't take nearly as long as I spent on that ninja one the one time. We had to cross so many zones to get here. Where did we start? I feel like I was in the Totomi area. Nope, I definitely wasn't, because I haven't been there. Anyway, yeah. Long episode of just, like, a lot of travel time. I don't know how many bosses are left. Are we at the end, or are we getting close to the end? Level 41. Kind of curious. As usual, I hope you've been enjoying. I think I got some time to keep playing, but I'm going to end this episode here for now. I'm really sorry if you're keeping up with this at all. I doubt you are. You're probably watching well after they've all come out, but I hope you've been enjoying enough that you're looking forward to the next episode. And with that, I suppose, I'll see you there. Thanks so much for watching.